Hello everybody, welcome. My name is Robert Killens. I'm going to walk you through a quick example of how to calculate payment using the BAII Plus. So this is going to be the example with a loan, and then at the end of the video I'll show you how to use the amort function also on the BAII Plus to identify how much principal, interest, and other components you may have left on the loan after a certain time period. So let's jump into the example. So here's the example that we have. A loan amount of $500,000. The length of the loan, or the amortization period of the loan, is going to be for 25 years. We're going to pay monthly on this loan, and we have a 5% annual percentage rate of interest on this loan. So the question here may ask you, we'll find the monthly payment for this loan. So how would we do this with the BAII Plus? So we just bring up the BAII Plus. We're going to use these functions here, the time value of money functions, in the third row of the calculator. And so the first component that we're going to put in is N. And so in this case here, we have monthly payments or frequency, and we have a 25-year loan. That means that our number of N periods is going to be 25 multiplied by 12. Okay, this is going to give us 300 N periods in this loan. So 300 goes into the N component. In the second component here, we're going to have a 5% APR, and so this is on an annual basis. So we want to get the effective monthly rate to put into the IY component here, and that's simply going to be 5 divided by 12. Okay. And this is going to be 0.4166 on a monthly basis. That goes into your IY. Component number 3 is the present value. So the present value, this is the amount of the loan. Okay, so the amount of the loan is going to be $500,000. So we can put 500,000 into present value. Obviously, we're trying to find our PMT here. Okay, so we're trying to find that PMT. We're going to leave that blank, and the future value for our loan here is going to be 0. So we have all the components put in there for our loan at this point in time. So all we have to do now is come back over here, press compute, pay PMT, and so it shows us that our payment on a monthly basis for this loan is going to be approximately $2,922.95 over those 300 periods. After we pay that, those 300 payments, will have paid off both the principal and interest of the loan. So speaking of principal and interest, you may get some questions that may ask you things like, well, after so many periods, or after so many years, how much of the loan is left outstanding, how much has gone to pay the principal, how much has gone to pay the interest component. And so we can use the amort function here. That's pretty convenient to find some of these components out. So if you press second, present value, this will bring you to the amort function of the BAII Plus, and you see the first component here is going to say P1, and so this is going to ask you, what is the first payment period that you're looking at? If you press the down arrow, again, this is going to ask you P2. This is going to say, well, what's the second time frame or period that you're looking at? Press the down arrow. This is going to show you the balance, the principal, the interest, and back to P1. So if we just left these inputs as such, this would say from payment 1 to payment 1, so only including the first payment to the first payment. So this is only including one payment. After that, the balance of your loan is going to be left with $499,160. Okay, so you still have a huge amount to go after your first payment. That's obvious. The second component going down shows you the principal. So out of that payment of $2,922 that we had calculated earlier, approximately $839 of that payment is going to go towards principal, and the remaining amount here is going to go to interest. So that's approximately $2,083. So that's what the amort function does. Now, for example, you may get a question that says, well, after the first 5 years, how much principal and interest has been paid for the loan, and what's the balance outstanding? If we wanted to find that out, we would still hold payment 1 constant, but in payment 2, we would put all the way to the fifth year loan, or the end of the fifth year loan payment. And so this would be 5 times 12. So 5 times 12 is going to be equal to 60. This is what's going to go into your P2. Okay, and so this says from payment 1 to payment 60. So all the way from the first payment all the way to payment 60, which would give us our full 5 years of monthly payments. This says, now what is the balance outstanding after 5 years? Well, the balance outstanding after 5 years, you can see, is $442,900. Of those payments that you have made thus far, approximately $57,099 has gone towards paying off the principal, okay, and approximately $118,277 has gone towards paying the interest on the loan. Okay, and so that's an example of calculating what the payment would be using the BAII Plus and using the amort function here. Now, just to kind of double back to calculating the payment. When we originally calculated the payment, I'm just going to clear the time value of money functions out here again. I'm going to show you an alternative method that you can do when you input the interest rate in terms of calculating what the payment could be. Again, we're going to start with, we're going to go back and put 300. We have 300 periods for N. Now, and for IY, some people get confused. Well, how come we converted this to the monthly effective rate? Well, if we're going to, we can put it in the first fashion that we did, but we can also put it in as 5 here. Okay, and when we put it in as 5, we can come back over here and press second, and we're going to get to this PY function. We can press second PY. It's going to ask, well, how many payments are you going to have per year? We're going to hit enter. Okay, and it's going to say, well, what's the compounding periods per year? We're going to leave this as 12. Now, be careful here, because there could be some examples. You may have mortgage where your payments and compounding periods may be different. By default, this is going to automatically change to what the PY would be, but you can change this if you want. If you have, let's say, semi-annual compounding or quarterly compounding, whatever it may be, that may be different from what your PY was originally in the first one. So let's leave this as 12 for now. Okay. Again, we have $500,000 in our present value. That's our loan amount. We have 0 in our future value. Okay. We come back over here. We press compute PMT, and there we go. We get the same answer, $2,922.95. That's would be the payment for our loan. So the only difference in the second example that I have walked you through here was the way we entered the IY. Okay, so you can either enter that as the effective monthly rate originally, okay, and not having to change what the PY or CY would be, or the second way, you enter that as the annual percentage rate, and then you go back into PY and CY and change the corresponding payments per year and compounding per year. So I hope this video has helped you a little bit in understanding how you can calculate PMT on the BAII Plus. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thank you.